founders who skip game theory are basically playing startup roulette with blindfolds on. That's exactly why even founders like Naval swear by it. So here are 3 game theory principles that can carry over directly into.
Hi everyone, so today we are going to create a cool animation from scratch in CapCut. So let's begin. First, I'll bring in a default text, hit Windows plus dot key, select this to square, okay. Make sure this ratio is 9:16, okay. And then I'll scale it up to cover the whole scene. And then in the starting, as you can see, this illustration is there. So what we are going to do is again bring in a default text, and this time hit Windows plus dot key again, but select circle, okay. And make sure to keep this green. So we'll be selecting a lighter shade, okay, something like this. Increase the font size. Now I'll just bring in this PNG of a person and I'll put it over here. Then add mask circle, increase the size, make sure it fits inside this, okay, and deselect this. So now we have got it perfectly aligned with our circle. Now the starting animation, it will slide up with the text. So what I need to do is first I'll make this big, hit Alt plus G to make it a compound clip. Click on the transform keyframe, go ahead, again click on the transform keyframe, go to the start, bring it down, make the opacity 0, hit Alt plus K, and let's make it cubic out. At the end, I want the opacity 100. And also select this and make it cubic out. So in the starting, we get this animation. And now for the text part, what we are going to do is bring in the default text and write game theory. I'm selecting random font, but make sure to select a proper font which matches this vibe. Okay, and I'll select this text, head on to animation, and whatever animation feels right to you, okay, you can use that. So let's go with bounce left, okay, and then it fades into the background, okay, like this, and this circle changes color. So after this, simply click on the transform keyframe, go ahead and then scale this down, okay, to something like this, hit Alt plus K, and this time select cubic out, okay, here and also here. But now we have to change the color. So first I'll just select this game theory text and head on to animation out and select fade out, okay. From here simply open the compound clipping, okay, and let's see the timing. So somewhere around 1 second and 7 frames. I'll just select this, click on the color keyframe, go ahead and change it to red or something like this, okay. Let's go back. As you can see, the color has changed, and from here we'll bring in our roulette wheel. So this will be my middle layer, okay, and I'll place it properly here. I have got it from freepick.com, okay. It is a great website where you can get high quality vectors and also other videos. And then I'll bring my outer layer, let's put it below the middle layer, and make sure both of these are here, okay. And now we simply have to fade this in. Select blend keyframe on both of them, okay, and just around here I'll bring it, okay. And then go ahead when this zooms back, and then at that keyframe, at that point, just click on the blend keyframe again. Now go to the start, select them and make them 0. So it will fade in like this. Okay. And from here, we simply have to do the rotation animation. So when it is coming in, just click on the transform keyframe, just one frame behind the ending of opacity. Then go ahead. Let me increase the background and let's rotate this so somewhat over here. Okay. And similarly, the same thing we'll do with this, but opposite direction. Okay. Remember the middle layer, okay, which consists of these numbers, should be rotating faster than the outer layer. So it will look something like this. And when this comes back, another text will come, which is this startup roulette. Okay. So somewhere around here, I'll just copy and paste it. Again, this text, put it over here. Right. For this startup animation, I will be selecting this wave bounce, or you can say if anything else you want. Okay. So this will be my animation till now. Okay. And from after this rotating is done, as you can see in the video, it zooms in and this black line is there. So after this, cut all this, select Alt+C to compound clip it. Okay. And from here, we simply have to select transform keyframe, go ahead and just simply zoom this in. Okay. Now in the preview, you might be seeing the quality is degrading a bit, but rest assured, when you export this, nothing will happen. Okay. The original quality will stay. So I'll hit Alt+K and then select cubic out again. Okay. And I'll just head on to animation for the second text out and select fade out. And when this zooms in, these will fade out. So I'll just open this up. Okay. So let me see the timing, cut it from the start. Okay. And just select this animation fade out and this also fade out. So you'll get this animation. Let me just head back inside our compound clip and hit V to disable this clip. So you get this animation. Okay. And from here, you can see this part is there. So simply I'll bring in a default text, hit space, make sure that background is selected black. Okay. And then deselect uniform scale and adjust the height and width. Let me zoom this in for a better vision. Okay, this will do. Hit Alt+G to make it a compound clip. And when the zooms in, from here, I'll head on to video, mask, add mask split, rotate it and put it here. Click on the mask keyframe, go ahead and then drag this to the right. So it will reveal it. Hit Alt+K and cubic out. Okay. And after this, it will go down and this next image will come in. I'll just hit P and then go inside, delete all this. Okay. And I'll just copy this, paste it outside. So delete all of this. We don't need. We need the original one which we created. Okay. Except the color will be pink. Okay, and we have to just match with this. Okay, select this circle, match the size, match the size of this person too. And from here what I'm going to do is select this person image and this, hit Alt plus G to make it a compound clip. Okay, and from here I'll cut it by hitting B. Transform keyframe, go ahead and drag this down. Okay, hit Alt plus K and cubic out. So now again hit Alt plus G to make this a compound clip, and then add mask circle. Make sure it is, the mask, circle mask is over this red part, and as you can see, when this goes out it disappears, so you'll get this animation. Okay, let me head on out and increase the opacity back again, and now we have to do the opposite thing. So I'll bring this. Okay, and first I'll head on to mask, add mask circle, and round this up nicely. Make sure it fits properly over here, and then just head on here. Okay, click on this transform keyframe, go ahead again, transform keyframe, go to the start, bring this down over here, hit Alt plus K, and then click on cubic out, increase the distance of the keyframes, and now do the same thing, hit Alt plus G to make this a compound clip. Mask, add mask circle, and fit this inside the circle nicely, and when it comes up it will look like this. So you got this animation. Now I'll increase back the opacity of this. Okay, so you get something like this animation, and with this the color will change again. So I'll just click on this over here, go ahead somewhere around here, and click on the color again and change it to light green. And as you can see, the text also comes up. Okay, this you can do yourself. And for the last part, which is this 3 coins, I have already given this coins over here. So I also got this from free pick. Okay, what I did was just add the text here one, okay, by adding a default text layer and made this a compound clip. Okay, so you can just simply, I'll just head on to animation and use the preset of slide up. Okay, and put this over here, bring this and animation, slide up to this too, and bring this over here. Okay, increase the duration. Okay, make sure to do this manually, because the smoothness will come if you do it manually only. So I'll just bring them closer. Okay, make sure to do the last part yourself, which is the text and this. Okay, hope you learned something new from this video. If you want to practice along, you can just download the assets and practice along with this. See you in the next.